So you got your first fight. I mean, you're not your first fight. You got your next fight coming up July 26th, DMA against Josh Thomas. How's the
Yep.
preparations going for that?
Yeah, it's going good, bro.
Yeah,
Been training hard at the amateur level. I feel like I don't really go into camp. I
yeah,
do sort of lose a wee bit of weight for my fights, but not much has changed really, man. Just doing the same things day in, day out. Sharpening a few tools and yeah, toning it up a wee bit in the sparring rounds. But yeah, um, next 2 weeks I'll be sparring twice a week as well. But yeah, not much has changed, man. Just feeling ready, feeling sharp. Looking forward to doing this one at bantamweight. My last fight was at a catchweight, so
yeah. All right, you're 2-1. You had an interesting start to your career. You had your first fight in Tahiti. So,
yes.
what was that like? That experience fighting out of the country for your first fight?
It was definitely an interesting experience. I learned a lot from it. They do say you learn more from your losses. Yeah, I was sort of quite hungry to get a matchup, to get a fight. Took a fight. The guy that I fought has now gone on to he's the Tahiti, I think, lightweight champion, and I'm fighting at bantamweight now. So there's definitely a wee bit of skill, disparity, and like size. But
Yeah,
man, I was just grateful to get in there and to have a fight. Felt a wee bit disappointed that I didn't give the guy a tougher fight. Um, but yeah, man, it was definitely an overwhelming experience. First time ever having a fight, going over there with like no coach. Very grateful for the Shuriken Fight Series team. They met me over there, and Logan and Amanda and a few other people ended up cornering me. They're from up in Auckland in New Zealand, so I did find the support there. But yeah, man, it was crazy, eh? The promoter said they had accommodation for me, so got there the night before, or maybe like 2 nights before the fight, and the accommodation was sleeping in a cage, man. So there's like a training cage and then the cage we fought in, and yeah, I was sleeping on a mattress with one other guy in the cage like the night before having the fight in Tahiti. I was like hearing all sorts of random birds and sounds, and I was thinking, what am I doing? Like, but at the end of the day, man, like you dream about this sort of stuff, and like
yeah,
as scary as it might have been, I learned so much from it, man.
yeah.
I learned that I hate losing.
You're training at Louis Combat Academy. You've got guys coming up, killing Salkilld, Cody
Yeah.
Haddon. What's it like
Mm.
being in the gym with those guys, and how do they help you get better and
Um,
move forward?
yeah, man. I learned lots from them. I've learned a lot from my head coach Ramel. I mean, obviously the skill set that they all obtain is amazing, but it's more so the family environment. I've really felt like they've welcomed me in at Luistro. It's a really good gym. They treat everyone the same, whether you're, a UFC athlete or you're just first day coming in. Like you're going to be training with everyone. You're going to be putting in the work. Yeah, no difference for everyone. So I'll be honest with you, man. It hasn't felt like much difference. I just feel
Yeah,
like I'm training with the boys.
yeah,
Yeah. But to pick their brains and stuff like that. Like if you feel like inspiring, you've like been having problems or whatever it might be in your roles, you just go over and ask them, and man, they're just down to earth dudes. Ready to help out. So, uh, I'm so happy to see their success.
yeah. And as you said, Romel Luistro, what's he like as a coach? He's making a bit of a name
Must
for himself now. So
he is, man. Like, yeah, he's definitely making a name for himself, but he deserves everything that's coming his way, man, and already is in his path. He's helped me out the most out of everyone that's I've got so much love for Ramel. He's just such a good dude, man. Like, and his kids as well, like his boys, like
yeah,
really good. I don't know if you've heard much about his young fella, but he's like right into MMA,
yeah,
loves it all, man. You'll have to eventually interview him one day. Like
yeah,
so much more knowledge than me about the sport, about the up and coming guys. Like, yeah, he's a cool kid. So, no, they're a great family, and the team is a good family environment. So, man, I feel like a lot of my success is attributed to the team that I've come and joined. So, yeah, blessed.
yeah. So you're in Perth now, but you started in New Zealand. So
Yep.
what was it kind of like starting up there and then making the switch over to Australia?
It's definitely I don't know if scary is the right road. Like being scared and nervous are similar feelings. Like I was excited for the new experience, like booking a ticket and moving over. Um, I was excited to get more fights and stuff like that. But yeah, it's like anything, man. Like you always want to go back to your old self. Like I was definitely wanting to go back to my comfort zone. But I knew I had to take the leap of faith, and yeah, it'll be 4 days. The 30th of July will be a year, so 4 days before a year, I've managed to fit 3 fights in jiu-jitsu comp. Put my name forward for a fight night in Mandurah in September, and then yeah, just keep the momentum going, man. So like, I've come over here and I'm doing what I set out to do. So there's no real looking back now, man. Just keep going.
Yeah. You've only had three MMA fights, but you're not new to the combat sports scene. You've had over 60 grappling matches. You played, you won a South Island title in combat sambo. So
Yeah,
what
man.
was that like?
Yeah, well, I mean, the grappling tournaments, yes, cool. I just would jump in, get amongst. Like, I loved grappling. I'd compete in like, I'd go on a Saturday and do absolute blue belt, under 65 blue belt, gi, no gi. So I'd sometimes get like 10 or 12 matches in a day. Like, and I really felt like it helped me with like feeling the nerves and the pressure of like competing. And like, that's why I feel like doing the MMA, like, I feel like I've competed a lot and yeah, feel quite experienced in the idea of competing. But the reason I done the Sambo fight was because it'd never been done in New Zealand, and it was in the South Island. Sorry, it'd been done in Auckland, and they offered a first ever fight to do in the South Island. So it was 3 weeks after I'd lost in Tahiti, and
Yeah,
I looked at my coach and I was like to him, I was like, "Oh, bro, like, why don't I just jump in and do this competition? Because you're only as good as your last fight." Like, and I just lost. And like, it definitely was a lot to take a loss because I'd been winning a lot of grappling comps and stuff.
yeah,
So yeah, I jumped in and managed to compete against a guy. I forget his name now, but he'd maybe had one MMA fight and a few kickboxing fights, but he didn't have sort of the same grappling pedigree.
yeah,
And I heard his coach saying like, "Don't kick him in the body." So I was just like prepping and caught the body kick, threw a two, and then got like an inside trip, and he managed to get a rear naked choke. So as much as I've had like a few different like goes at competing, I haven't had a lot of ring time, man. So
yeah,
this next fight, I'm definitely looking to get more experience to just keep competing and like have a lot of amateur fights before I look at the next sort of stage of my career.
yeah.
Just get as good as I can, bro.
So obviously you've got the grappling background. You're a bit of a submission artist so far in your career. Two wins, two submissions. Can we expect another one in your next fight?
Yes, wow. It's interesting you say that. I mean, I'll probably end up submitting the dude. That's where I feel. I feel like maybe in the second round, but yeah, there's a few other things I've been working on as well. So like, yeah, I'm excited. I like have a lot of respect for this guy. I feel like he's going to bring me the fight that I'm looking for. Like, I've been training hard for a year. Um, yeah, either he's gonna bring me a war, or I'm just gonna break him. So like, yeah, I'm excited, man. Like, the last few nights, man, going to bed, just been visualizing it over and over again. It's still 3 weeks, but yeah, I've seen a few different ways that the fight will go.
Do
Yeah,
you have
don't want to
like,
let too many secrets out.
do you have a favorite submission that's your go-to that you're going to be looking for?
My favorite submission, I mean, my most hit submission is armbar rear naked choke. I definitely like the rear naked choke, but yeah, there's a few other submissions I quite like as well. When I'm doing jiu-jitsu, man, like I've got an interesting sort of um, array of skills or whatever you want to freaking call it.
Yeah, yeah,
I definitely like to play a bit more jiu-jitsu when I'm rolling with the boys and stuff, but in the MMA fights, I'll be looking for yeah, top pressure, smash, like and then yeah, looking for him to give me his back and get the rear naked choke or yeah, TKO, man. That's where I'm
yeah.
going. That's where I'm heading. But yeah, I think this guy's going to put up more of a fight, so I'm looking probably second round.
Yeah, you're a grappler. You said people see you as a grappler, but you're more than that. How
Yeah.
do you think your striking has come along, especially since you've been training in Perth?
Yeah, so it's definitely helped a lot being in Perth. Back in New Zealand, there's so many good gyms, a lot of great strikers. You got, like city kickboxing, all that. But I was living maybe like 8 hours away from Auckland and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So a lot of good, still a lot of good athletes where I'm from, but a lot of boxing. So it was more a boxing, wrestling, jiu-jitsu base. So I'm leaning more towards not having a lot of kicks and stuff like that, and just yeah, real heavy hands, good footwork, and like entering into my takedowns, and yeah, man, just having that sort of game. But since I've come here, like yeah, having Ramel and stuff, man, yeah, it's the best gym in the world, bro. Yeah.
Is there a fighter that you look up to in the UFC that you kind of compare your style to? You think you have a similar kind of game to them?
So the person I look up to the most, my favorite fighter in person, Cheeto Vera.
Yeah,
I love Cheeto, bro. Like, just how he's into like ice baths, running, just his whole vibe and stuff like that. Everything he's about, man. He's a cool dude. Always had a lot of respect for him, man. And then yeah, maybe like the fighters that I look up to, obviously like Ilya at the moment, man. He's
yeah,
on a tear. But yeah, there's like I'm excited to see Aaron Pico's debut. I like his style, you know what I mean? Like the heavy hands with the wrestling. Um, I used to like Gaethje a lot.
yeah.
Sorry, Chandler a lot, but he's just disappointed me since he joined the UFC. I'm like, brother. And yeah, obviously I like Gaethje. So I like these dogs, man, the guys
Yeah.
that just bite down and throw down. So yeah.
Um, so you've talked about yourself as a fighter, but what else do you do outside of fighting?
Yeah, man. So I just work part-time, like 24 to 28 hours. Sometimes work a wee bit more in the summer doing like marquees and stuff like that. Coach a wee bit of kids jiu-jitsu, so like that's definitely something I'm looking at pursuing more. I'm hoping to eventually be coaching a lot and just training and fighting. I do a wee bit of rock climbing, but yeah, man, breath work. Honestly, it takes up so much of your time. Like,
Yeah,
I'm grateful for your time today, bro. Have a wee chat, but I'll probably have a wee nap soon. Go and coach kids class, hit some pads, do some positional rounds, go to bed, and then we're back at it again tomorrow.
yeah.
Spending a lot of time at the gym and just being surrounded by the people I want to be, man. Like, yeah, it does take up a lot of your life.
Growing up, did you play other sports, or has it always been jiu-jitsu,
uh,
MMA?
no, it's never been jiu-jitsu MMA. Like I don't know why. I guess the sport wasn't as big. Like maybe everyone says this. I wish I
Yeah,
trained jiu-jitsu and wrestling from a kid. Like, but I played rugby from 5 to about 15. So there's 10 years there. And then played canoe polo, which is an interesting sport. Played that for like a year, a wee bit of basketball just socially. Then I went to university for 2 years, and then when I come back from university, just sort of felt like, oh, what's next? Was working a job, just in my hometown, just being a mailman and stuff like that. And I took a leap of faith and decided with a real good friend of mine, Ryan, and Goody, two of us, we decided to go down to a jiu-jitsu gym. And yeah, that was only 5 years ago. So 5 years training. Yeah, just turned 28. So yeah, we're into it.
yeah. And then what made you make the switch from jiu-jitsu to MMA?
Yeah, good question, man. Jiu-jitsu always had my heart, but I felt like the competition behind MMA, it's like the thrill behind it, the chaos, like it definitely entices me, eh? Like yeah, I felt like the jiu-jitsu scene was I
Yeah,
didn't enjoy paying to compete. Maybe only having like one guy in my division. Sometimes the guy's from your gym or whatever. So like I decided to like have a crack at MMA, and like I'm a competitive dude. After losing that fight, man, that first fight, I just was like, I do not want to do this again.
yeah,
Like, don't want to lose again. I definitely want
yeah,
to fight again.
yeah,
And I just trained hard as, and then yeah, come over here, and Ramel got me 2 fights back to back, and then we booked this one pretty much straight after my Armani fight,
yeah,
and I've just been working towards this for a few months now. So yeah.
yeah,
Three tall guys, three guys, all pretty rangy bantamweights. So it's all good for me, man. Like, I'll fight any sort of amateur, tall, short, strong, whatever they are, a grappler, striker, because I just want to get better. So
yeah. So correct me if I'm wrong. You started your career upper division at featherweight, and then you dropped
yep,
down to bantamweight.
yep.
Have you found a home at bantamweight, or could you switch
Mate,
again?
what a great question, man. Like, this is something that I've been questioning. After my last fight, I was quite excited, and I was like talking about going down to flyweight and stuff. the weight is dropping perfectly this fight. Everything's going good, man. I'm already pretty much I'm 500 grams off the weight that I need to be to cut weight. So I'm gonna make weight easy. And yeah, I feel like bantamweight's good, but I've been working with a lady and getting like massage, cupping, scans, doing saunas, ice plunges, all at her facility. We've been through the body scan. Yeah, she sort of talked to me, and I think we're going to probably build into bantamweight. If there's a good opportunity for a flyweight title fight or a eternal or something like that, good opportunity, I'll definitely take it. But there's good competition at bantamweight. It's better for my health, so I'll be staying at bantamweight for my amateur career, and we'll just see what it all brings, man. So yeah, I appreciate you asking though, because a few
Yeah.
people have been asking, are you going to go to flyweight? You're going to stay at bantamweight? Like, definitely going to stay at bantamweight for the amateurs. So
You mentioned possible eternal fights coming up. Is that something that
yep.
you're looking for? An eternal fight, maybe a Shuriken fight series fight back in New Zealand?
Yeah, bro. So those are the two things I'm looking for. I've written my journal before I come over a year ago that I wanted to have 3 fights when I come over here and then fight for Eternal. This is my third fight, so like, I feel like next year the Eternal debut, but I might be able to squeeze that fight in Mandurah for the West Coast Combat Series.
Yep.
Try squeeze that one in. Man, 4 fights in a year, that is wicked. But yeah, I want to make the Eternal debut next year, and maybe at the end of the year go back to New Zealand, see the family, and fight for like a title in New Zealand or something like that. There's a few guys in New Zealand definitely that are amazing athletes that are really good fights that I want to take, and there's definitely two guys in the bantamweight division that I'd like to fight as well in Eternal. So.
Do you want to call them out or
I think I'll wait a wee bit, but I think they
okay?
deep down know who they are, the two guys.
Oh,
they,
yeah.
they I'll give a secret. People that like enjoy MMA and stuff, they were going to fight each other, but one guy couldn't make the fight. So yeah, I'll let people figure it out for themselves. Yeah,
Um, Obviously
exciting times.
you're making moves in the MMA scene, but you're making moves out of it. You've been designing t-shirts. You've been trying to push your brand.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, just
That's why I'm
elaborate a
grateful
little
for
bit
the
on that.
time today, bro, for you to talk to me, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
So like, what's happening with the shirts?
Yeah, I got a couple of sponsors lined up. Just got a big sponsor, Volcon Steel, come on board this year. So like they've sponsored me to put across the back of my shirt. It's like a big branding. I'll be walking out in the same shirt, but this will be the last time this print's done. It was
Yep.
designed by myself. Yeah, so like I made that design and like I've been selling that and putting sponsors on the back. There's 3 fights that this shirt's going to be released, but after that I kind of want to stop selling this one, so the people that supported me at the start, like eventually they'll have the OG shirts. And I've got a really good friend, a musician and an artist that I've been talking to. He's going to illustrate my next one. So after this fight, we'll be looking at making a new design, but I'll be passing it on to one of the brothers to design this time. And I'm just fully locking into the fighting now. So
Yep.
yeah, man.
Coming up in New Zealand, was there anybody that you kind of looked up to getting into MMA that kind of stood out to you as a inspiration?
Definitely, man. Like the lineage in New Zealand's like strong, you know what I mean? Like obviously I looked up to Dan Hooker, Izzy and stuff like that, but Dan Hooker's original coach, Carl Weber, he's the man, like looked up to him. I've got a lot of people that I look up to back home. Few boxing coaches, some Southland guys that are legends. There's a guy called Graham Maddock that I looked up to as a father figure, OG Southland boxer. Yeah, man, there's definitely a few people, but just like enjoyed watching King of the Ring, seeing Israel and all the boys sort of like their success. Like, yeah, it's good, man. I just want to see everyone succeed, and like, if you're from New Zealand, man, like you're one of the bros, so
Yeah, yeah.
you know.
You said earlier you grew up playing rugby. Do you feel like playing rugby kind of helped you when you first started in the grappling sort of things? Obviously,
Yeah,
you look
yeah,
at the UFC champions as Volk, JDM, Duke,
yep.
Drakis, they all played rugby. So is rugby the best
Yeah.
base for MMA?
Man, good question. Maybe it is, eh? Like it definitely feels a lot more natural for me, like being in that fire. Like yeah, it's yeah, maybe it is the best base, eh? And then hard mahi, like hard work, like
Yeah.
putting up marquees and stuff like that. I definitely feel like that's helped me as well. Like slaving away at labour. And like when I'm at work and stuff like that, all I'm thinking about is like, man, I can't wait to fight in 3 weeks because I get another opportunity to like fight. So yeah, man, just honest hard work and maybe playing footy as a kid, and yeah.
Yeah.
And having a good support, like
Yeah.
having a family and a team like Lewis Stroke Combat, like man, I wouldn't be in the places I'm at, and like I'm not even anywhere really. I've only had a couple amateur fights, but like just grateful to be getting people like yourself interviewing me, to be getting support and all of that stuff. It's only because of the people that I've got behind me. So yeah, man, it's just all one big team.
Yeah. You're from New Zealand. Last weekend, Kai Kara fought for the flyweight belt. Does seeing that kind of inspire you to keep on going, keep pushing?
Yeah, man, like anyone can do this, eh? Like, and like you said before, like just seeing people, normal down to earth dudes at my gym, like making waves, like, and girls, like there's girls in our gym that are fighting on Eternal, doing all sorts of things that I dream of. So, like, at the end of the day, man, like, yeah, yeah, look up to these people. And Kai Kara France, he'll be back, man. I feel like he's going to be a champ. Like, you can't stop him. What's he, 32, 33?
Yeah.
Like, he'll be back, man. Yeah.
Well, I won't hold you for too long. I think that's
Oh,
basically wraps it
Right,
up.
well, I appreciate you taking the time to interview me, man. I
Yeah,
like really enjoy watching your videos and stuff. Hopefully, after this fight, I'll get a sick highlight and you can make
for
it make a
sure. For
montage.
sure.
Yeah, bro.